Our fourth and final method of solving quadratic equations that we're going to look at this semester is, drum roll please, ta-da, using the calculator. So we're not going to have to do any work here, just a matter of learning some keystrokes. So let's take a look at the first one, x squared minus 8x plus 12. Now we're going to put this in the calculator for y1. Calculators work better when they're on. There we go. And there's no mystery to this. You know how all these keys work, right? We got x, our squared key is right here, minus 8x plus 12. And we want to know when that's equal to 0. Okay, so we're going to put 0 in as y2. And then we can go to our graph screen. So essentially, if we want to make this a more general thing, if you're solving an equation in your calculator, you put the left-hand side of the equation in for y1, you put the right-hand side in for y2. Then you go to your graph screen. And what we're looking for is these 2 points right here, right? We're looking for the x-intercepts, the zeros of this particular expression, whatever numbers we put into this expression to get a 0 out. And here's how we find them. Okay, we're going to go second, calc. It's the trace key, but the second function is calc. And we're looking for the intersection, which is option number 5. So second, calc 5. And then it's asking us which curves we want. And it's giving us our options up here. Right? It's got y1, that's the first curve. So hit enter to select that. Then it's asking us what the second one is. Sorry, trying to keep this in the shadow, but you can't see all of the buttons. I'm just hitting enter down here again because it's got our second curve. And then it's asking us to guess. We're not going to do that this time. We're just going to hit enter a third time. And it's going to search for where these two things intersect. And the first intersection point it finds is 2, 0. The x-coordinate's the only one we care about. The 0 just means that the value is 0 at that point. So this is our first solution, 2. Now let's do that again to try and find the second solution. The keystrokes up to speed this time. Second, calc 5, enter, enter, enter. 6 keystrokes and 3 of them are enter. That is not too much to memorize. But it's only finding our first one again. We want it to find the other one as well, the one that's over here. So here's what we're going to do. Second, calc 5, enter, enter, but don't hit enter a third time. What you want to do is hit your right arrow and move that cursor over to the other point, as close as you can get it to the other point of intersection. What this cursor is doing and what this guess option is doing for us, it's the calculator asking, where should I start looking for these two graphs to cross each other? And the default position for the cursor is over here at 0. So it's always going to find this one before it finds the other. So we need to change that starting position to over here so it finds the other one first. Then hit enter for that third time. Our intersection point is at 6, 0. So those are our two solutions, 2 and 6. And as always, when we get nice solutions like that, we could have done that by factoring, and should have, because it would have been quicker and easier. Let's do one more up to speed here. We got 6x plus 1 equals 4x squared. I want to rewrite that a little bit. 0 equals 4x squared, subtract 6x from both sides, subtract 1 from both sides. So now, there we go. It doesn't matter which side has the 0 as long as our equation set equal to 0. 4x squared minus 6x minus 1. And then go to graph. Right, so remember, put 0 in for y. Sorry, your equation in, your function in, your expression in for y1, and whatever's on the other side, 0 for y2. And that gives us our picture. To find where the intersect goes, second, calc 5, enter, enter, enter. It'll find this guy first, negative 0.151. I think my Math 5 asks you for 3 decimal places, and I'm satisfied with 3 decimal places, so that's enough. And then to find the other one, second calc 5, enter, enter, but then move your cursor over to where the other one is. You can move it a little farther. Remember, it's just telling it where to start looking. And if the cursor's over here and it starts looking for an intersection point, it's going to find this one before it finds the other one. Hit enter that third time, and that gives us 1.651. Right, so that is solving quadratic equations using the calculator. Just make a note about this process. It doesn't just work for quadratic equations, it works for any equation. Put one side in for y1, the other side in for y2, and then use that same set of keystrokes, and that will find the solutions for any equation as long as you got your window set right. We'll talk about that a little later.